Hello everyone, I'm Melina Sukmawati. You can call me Meli. I'm one of students from IPMI International Business School. Let's take a look for a while for overview of interesting learning experience of corporate finance. Our humble and humorous lecturer, Professor Roy Semble, teach us how to apply financial management decision-making tools in analyzing financial decision problems. Here are the whole course of corporate finance, which consists of three-stage learning process: class discussion and interaction, group discussion and assignment, movie analysis, and also individual learning. One of his quotes that I always remember, he always encouraged us how to be more active participating in class by asking what key lesson you learned today and not afraid to make mistakes. Okay, I'm going to explain the whole learning process of my mind mapping. The objective of this course is to give students problem-solving skills in finance from the point of view management internal and investor as external. We learn my financial management, capital budgeting, security analysis, capital structure, corporate restructuring, fraud risk management, international finance, evidence policy, and market efficiency. I will start for the first subject, financial management. It is optimal orchestration of internal and external financial resources towards significant and sustainable value creation. There are key things we learn in financial management: the goal itself, what to manage, 5 business essential from Professor Ramcharan, consists of cash, profit margin, velocity, growth, and customer focus. We also learn about principal agent problem. There are 3 main reasons in principal agent problem: conflict of interest between two parties, asymmetric information, and moral hazard. One of the solutions for this problem is by implementing 5 principles in good corporate governance known as TARIF: transparency, accountability, responsibility, independency, and fairness. Next is capital budgeting. Capital budgeting is the real application of time value of money. Process to evaluate project or investment to be accepted or rejected based on capital budgeting criteria. The method for evaluating are payback period, IRR, internal rate of return, profitability index, net present value. The weakness of payback period is not consider cash flow, time value or money, and required rate of return, while the other method does. Next, about security analysis. In the security analysis, we learn about fundamental analysis, about domestic and global analysis, industry analysis, and company analysis using financial statement, DuPont analysis, consider intrinsic value and market price. We also learn about technical analysis, who predict the future price of securities by looking at price graph movement and chart and trend and trading value. And quantitative analysis is also used to identify patterns that may lend themselves to profitable security trades. In this portfolio investment, the important things is about correlation between correlation coefficient and differentiable risk, market risk, and beta coefficient. There are theory about capital asset pricing model or CAPM, who describes relationship between systematic risk and expected return for asset, particularly stocks. Beta is systematic risk of your company divided risk of market. Required return is highest return that you get for given risk, or lower risk that you get for given risk. The beta of potential investment is measured how much risk the investment will add to a portfolio that looks like the market. If stock is riskier than market, it will have beta greater than 1. If a stock has beta less than 1, the formula assumes it will reduce the risk of portfolio. Now we talk about capital structure. Capital structure is particular combination of debt and equity used by a company to finance its overall operation and growth. There are capital structure theory, which is Modigliani-Miller theory, which irrelevant with capital structure in real model, where debt cheaper than equity will lower WACC, high level debt WACC increase, and firm is riskier. Factor determines optimal capital structure is tax benefit and expected cost of financial distress, such as volatility of cash flow and liquidity. Now we talk about corporate structuring. It is action taken by corporate entity to modify the capital structure or its operation significantly when is experiencing significant problem. Outcome of financial distress can be operational restructuring, asset restructuring, or financial restructuring. We also learn how about leverage payout in Nabisco case study. The next subject is fraud risk management. It is the process of assessing fraud risk within organization and then developing anti-fraud program that stop any fraudulent activity before it happens. The cause reason is called fraud triangle, which is perceived opportunity, rationalization, and perceived pressure. The kind type of fraud risk management can be corruption, asset misappropriation, and fraudulent statement. How to prevent? The fraud risk management can be control, more committed, and getting realistic goals. And how to monitoring? It can be monitored by whistleblowing system. Whistleblower is anyone who has and report insider knowledge of illegal activities occurring in an organization. Whistleblower can be employees, supplier, contractor, client, or any individual who becomes aware of illegal business activity. Now we talk about foreign exchange market. In foreign exchange market, it allows currency to be exchanged in order to facilitate international trade or financial transaction. Can be gold standard to agreement on fixed exchange rate to a floating rate system. In foreign exchange market, we know spot market, interbank market, and forward market. We learn about currency future and option market. In the currency future contract, specify a standard volume of a particular currency to be exchanged on a specific settlement date. In currency call option, give the right to buy or sell a specific currency at a specific price within a specific period of time. The next is about dividend policy. Is publicity company should pay dividends? It's about tax benefit and show good performance of the company. Because stock return is depend on capital gain and dividend yield. So dividend policy really involves the decision. How much of the firm earnings should be distributed to shareholders as dividend and how much should be retained for capital investment. There are many factors affecting dividend policy, such as funds liquidity, past dividend rates, debt obligation, shareholder expectation, past dividend risk, etc. But the important things about dividends policy is trade-off regarding dividend policy. If the company increase the payout ratio, this will raise dividend, which taken alone will cause the stock price to rise. On the other hand, dividend is raised, less money will available for investment. The expected growth rate can decline, and it tend to lower the stock price. Therefore, the optimal dividend policy must strike the balance between current dividend and future growth that maximize the stock price. That's all my mind mapping of corporate finance. Thank you, Professor Roy, and thank you all for watching.